Good afternoon and welcome to this introduction to Smart Life coaching session, which is open for all so that anyone who joins the certification course comes with a basic understanding of why and how this certification works. So I welcome you all to this introductory session today. Life is wow, whether you know it, agree it, disagree with it. Life is definitely a wow experience, starting from the womb to the tomb of our life. So, whatever days, duration we stay in the planet, we we can make it a wonderful experience so that we can experience the wow every moment of life. Whether it is a male or a female, the experience of life remains the same in terms of the milestones that we go through in our life at various stages. So, life starts with survival, and that is everybody's, the early childhood is always about if you can survive the earlier part of our life, then the rest of the life experience is going to depend on how much of that wow was experienced by you. And in the second level, we say we are experiencing success. So, survival and then success. Most of us leave the planet with these two experiences because we are stuck in the success. And the definition of success is going through life every moment, experiencing the wow. And that eludes if you are not living awarefully about your life. So we do something and feel we have achieved a lot in life. But if there is no satisfaction of the success, I think that is what I meant when we say we get stuck with success. So survival is the essential one, then the success. Once you are successful, the next level of experience is supposed to be satisfaction. But as I said, people get stuck in success. They are not satisfied or they don't experience the satisfaction. And then once you are satisfied, then you serve the humanity, the people around the environment, everything that is around you. You serve towards leaving the planet in a better place for the offspring of ours to sail through and experience their wow in life. So when we do the service with a lot of dedication and commitment, we experience fulfillment. Okay, that means there's a kind of okay, I have done enough. I am happy with myself. What else I can do? All that I have done. Then the fulfillment happens. Once the fulfillment happens, that means you die empty. That means you have given away all that uh, to the society, and but you feel as if there is nothing else to long for. So you don't get into recycling of birth, and we call that as self-realization. So this is how every human being is designed to go through, maybe not in one life cycle, but at least in multiple cycles. So, if we handle ourselves with awareness, the number of cycles can be reduced drastically, and thereby the ultimate human life experience is the fulfillment, and then the self realization happens depending upon what path you choose to attain or to experience this. So I said life is a wow experience, but if you don't have the awareness of what you are supposed to be doing in this planet, and then sometimes we get distracted and do things that are not pleasant uh, to our experience, thereby it appears to be a pain. So we feel there is no gain in life, and it is life is only about pain. And with the added by our design, brain design, it amplifies it to be a suffering, and that suffering is a man-made suffering. Pain is natural, suffering is man-made. So you need to understand what can give us a wow experience and what can lead to a woeful experience. And that is the analogy that we can say, from a worm to a butterfly. We have the capacity to become a butterfly, but many of us are stuck in the ground materialistic life and focus on the reproduction and the material life, and subsequently we don't become a butterfly. And that experience of worm to butterfly is what I call a wow experience. And that means there is a change every moment happening. And are we living the change? Is the question that I would like to ask at this point of time. So we say life is wow, and we have seen how that wow, if you are not awareful, can become a woeful experience for you. And the other part is life is a journey. Okay, we are not here as a picnic. We are not here as something that, we have to stay here. We have to evolve, not revolve in our life cycle. So life is a journey, which means it is continue to change your positions. And because you are changing your position, there is something like a GPS is needed even for life, because we have to go from one level to the another level. So we need to know how to transcend, how to move to the one level to the other level. And so GPS is important. Once you have a GPS, it is about the direction, it is about the destination. But we need to know how that direction and the speed are to be rightly balanced. If the direction is known and the speed is not adequate, then also you don't reach the destiny come destination. And if you don't know the direction, your speed is not going to help. So we start our life with a GPS, but we need to know in which direction I have to go and how much speed my journey can be there. So the awareness or the knowledge of both aspects of life is equally important. But in the journey, I said it is a journey, but there is a challenge that we are encountering, is that the landscape is not plain and simple. It can have so much of ups and downs in life, and it's not a steady road and wherein you can just like that go, because your visibility is not going to be too long at any given point of time, because the landscape in which you will be traveling is going to have an up and a down, and you should not lose your direction and speed just because that ups and downs are experienced by us. So that means you need a tool, a method to know what is the layout, true layout of the landscape in which your journey is going to be there. So there are commonly few tools that are available at our disposal. One is the stethoscope. It will not help us to know the landscape. And there is a telescope, because I said we cannot see it. So I'm just giving tools that can help us to do it. The other one is a telescope. That is also not going to help. The other one is a microscope. Even that is not going to help us. So these tools are not going to help us. So we need to find out what else can help us to know our path little more clearly, so that we can plan our journey. So you need a compass, because compass is the one that can give you the direction, and if you know the speed in which you are going to travel, you know what you can anticipate. You can accelerate or decelerate your journey in such a way you reach the destination, in whole and not in pieces. So that is something we would like to call it as reaching the destination smartly. And that compass is what we are going to learn, are going to utilize in this journey, and that is called genetic brain profiling. It has lesser utility if it is decoded, if it is taken, if it is utilized on the later part of our life. So it is wise to know it, use it, apply it as early as possible, so that your suffering, your frustration, your stress, your depression can be understood by this report, and thereby you can have your journey much more pleasant, much more result oriented in your journey, so that you reach your destination in time, or as much as the traveling is completed with a lot of peace in there. And having the tool is something we can say it's more utility or a tool, but how that tool is understood is the biggest benefit that we can use it. If you don't have a personalized guidance, then the report becomes a stationary. If you have to give life to the stationery so that it becomes dynamically utilized in our life. You need someone who can tell you about the intricacies, the alerts, the strength, the places where you need to be more mindful. Then only the wow moments can be experienced in your life journey. So it is very important to have a coach, life coach, and that also a smart life coach, because this tool, outcome of this tool is going to be highly dependent on how this tool is made use for your life journey. If you don't know how to use the compass, then the value of the compass is lost. So we need to know, or we need to be more clear on what are the how the journey ahead is going to be, and prepare yourself and work on that, so that your experience can be more wow moments than otherwise. And you see, this journey can be understood when you sit with your smart life coach and see it from the bird's eye view. Then you get down and walk the path. Now you need not have to have an anxiety, the stress and the frustrations need not be there, because you know how this path is going to be. So you are traveling with a knowledge of the path, and that can be transcended or given only by an experienced smart life coach. Otherwise, life coach is something everybody can do, or many people are doing it. But without this tool, you are not a smart life coach. You can be just a life coach. So that is the advantage of having this tool and guiding your client. So many parameters or indicators, the genetic brain indicators can be decoded, and this is too much of information. But if you, with this knowledge, if you can travel your journey, most of the benefit of knowledge of this parameters or the indicators can be very handy to you, so that you travel with lot more confidence and lot more actionable steps that you can take, because you understand yourself the best possible. So it is very important to live in peace, so that we are able to rest in peace when the life of this life comes to an end. So the living in peace is knowing that different compartments of the brain, their contributions to your life, their difficulties of making use of them. If you can have a knowledge about these parameters and this brain design, you can work towards balancing it. Because unless otherwise you balance, work towards balancing your brain, the living in peace is not going to happen. So, if you wish to live in peace so that you can rest in peace, knowing this 10 compartments of the brain and trying to engage in a holistic manner so that you experience or you achieve peace in life. So you decode yourself, and that is not enough. You have to nurture yourself, and that is essential to achieve peace in life. So all the three parameters are equal, and it is an ongoing lifetime project. It doesn't happen in 1 day and 10 day and 1 month and 1 year and the 10 years. It is a process that might require an awareful engagement of our brain lobes throughout the rest of our life. So you apply genetic brain profiling to the rest of your life, your resting in peace is assured, because by the time you are living in peace is assured. So that is the power of genetic brain profiling, and guided by an expert who can help you in sailing through the rest of the life. Please remember, you are so unique. Your journey can never be understood by anyone in this planet without the evidence or without the data displayed in the genetic brain profiling. It would be like a blind people trying to figure out an elephant and writing their inferences. It would be something like that. So it's very important to have a scientifically backed data, and thereby you guide. And that is why I call this a smart life coach and not just coaching or life coaching person. So my dear friends, this is a common statement applicable to everyone. The purpose of our life is to discover your gift, and the gift is the one that is sitting on this body called brain. So we need to know what is this gift, and that means we need to know as soon as possible. We should know what is the gift that we have come to this planet with. And if you don't know about it, the purpose of life is lost. So purpose is very, very important for us as human being, because if you don't know what gift you are carrying, the purpose of life is lost, and now you will have to live with that disadvantage only. Then the work of life is to develop it, because what you are born with is your parents' gift to you. What you do with that is your work and your making. So it is very important that everybody has a homework to do, and if you do that if you do that work well, then you go back to your home where you have started your journey. So it is very important to develop it. If everything is fully developed, then you are not here in the planet. So you have some homework to do. That is why you are here. So find out what is the work that you need to do it to bring in the peace within, and that for that you need to work on, and we call it as development. And the meaning of life is to give your gift away. That means it is knowing is not enough. Doing is important. Finally, you have to become the being of life. That means you must become the best human being in this planet, and that meaning will come when you make use of our brain, not for your peace, but for the peace of the whole humanity. So, the more you work on others, the more work you do to yourself, and that takes you to the experience of wow in our life. So, your self realization is the greatest service you can render the world. Please remember, every human being is gifted or blessed with some little experience of self realization, just as a moment, unawarefully it can come to us. We achieve something, we feel as if the world is done for us, but that's a momentary self realization. But you have to go through it maximum, as much as possible, as frequently as possible, and that becomes your life of full of self realization moments, and that is the greatest service you can render to the world. Remember, if you are not living in peace, you are disturbing the peace of the universe or peace of the planet as well. And once you start self realizing, you develop to see the world as one. So that is what is self realization. The self realization is I and the universe is not different. I am inside the universe and universe is inside me. That is the self realization. For that, you need to know about yourself so that you can understand you are you are inside the universe and universe is inside you. That is the self realization we get to accept. And self realization is effortless if you are aware about what you are already are. That is the purpose of life, is to discover your gift. So once we start self realizing what we are already, that is means you know what is the purpose of life. Self realization, you develop, work on it. Self realization, then you die empty, give everything that you gained from the universe back to the universe. That means you have given your gift away, and that is an experience that genetic brain profiling and smart life coaching can give you. So my dear friends, welcome to world's first smart life coach certification. And that is done in different levels, because it is not an easier thing that can be done in one day or 1 week or 1 month. So it is a journey that is going to be for the rest of the life. Okay, because that is what is you are going to do by gifting. Whatever you have got, you will gift, you will share it with the world, and you will go through. And this is something the future is going to be very badly demanding or requiring it. So, my dear friends, whether it is in a full time or a part time or a free time, this certification and this work that you will do in your rest of the life will change the experience of life once for all, and that is going to be a guarantee that we can assure you to give, that the experience is going to be something phenomenal in your lifetime. So, this Smart Life Coach certification consists of 4 levels to get the certification done. After the certification, it is up to you to decide whether you want to travel further or continue to be doing this, applying this as your free time work. That is something that you can do and choose. But learning to become a self smart life coach is requiring the 4 levels of learning, and also getting the certifications in 4 stages. So Sparklight, the Spark program, the Ignite program, and the Rewire program, we call it as DDS because it is the divine script. The script is written in our brain. That's the architecture of the brain we call. So that script, there is a message in the design of the brain, and that divine script we are trying to decode with this traveling or with this training course. So decoding divine script at 3 levels is going to happen when you achieve your smart life coach certification. And these 4 levels are briefly explained here. As once you interpret with the help of a mentor 10 scans, if you are able to go through the experience of interpretation, then we would do a small assessment and give you the counselor certification, which is a must to begin with and to remain with genetic brain profiling interpretation for rest of your life. And then we have the second level where you will do 15 more scans and give another assessment. Assessment is nothing but you will just share what you have understood during the interpretation when it was guided by your mentor. And the 3.0 is done after 50 scans, and we give you certificate called Smart Life Coach. My dear friend, without a 50 scans, we will not be able to give you a Smart Life Coach, and that is why we want to have an assessment. You also need to do some numbers so that you get a status or you get a certification in these names. So this is roughly will take a maximum of 1 year, but we have seen many of the previous trainees have done in even 6 months it has been done. But we give you, depending upon everybody's learning journey is not the same. So we are giving 1 year time, which is more than adequate for getting the certification. For your information, we have experts in our network who do 50 scans in 1 month. So even somebody is doing 50 scans in 1 month, we want the trainees to do 50 scans in 1 year. That is the time given to you so that you take your time to learn it in depth and able to do the interpretation on your own. So when you get a Smart Life Coach certification, then you will be able to independently interpret the report and and be you know be an expert in interpreting the genetic brain profiling report. So once the Smart Life Course certification is completed, then you join MiDNA network of experts in social transformation. That is the NEST in short. So till you complete your DDS 3.0, you are still a trainee. After that, you become an expert, and then you continue to learn, because in MiDNA, learning is learning is lifetime. If you are in MiDNA Nest, that means it is a daily learning. It is a regular learning that will happen. Then we have two levels of competency renewals, because there is no certification in this planet that can be given that for the rest of your life you are in a particular state, including the passports, visas, and the learner's license or the driving license. Anything that is you are given a license, it is never there is a need for renewal. And because it is interpreting reports for somebody's life, we are insisting and made it mandatory to renew your certificate on a yearly basis. So we call that as a torch. Torch, is used to guide in our journey. We use a torch. When we don't see anything, we take a torch and we continue our journey. So torch is representing that an ongoing learning and traveling and evolving and improving is something which is an inbuilt, and there is no excuses for that. So torch DDS 4.0 annually done. You will have to just give a feedback of your capital X and small x, which you will understand when you go through the training. That's the reports that are special reports. They are uncommon reports. They are unconventional reports. So you will come and share your experience with the unconventional, uncommon reports with the network other members, and you shall be given an expert certification valid for another year. There is one more level of certification also is there after Smart Life certification, that is called nurturing. So expert is a decoding expert, mentor is decoding and nurturing expert, and we are calling them as mentor. So we have four reports. Two reports we call it as the initial reports or the basic reports, and two reports we call it as advanced report or plus reports. So that is meant for nurturing the clients so that they are able to understand them very deeply and very clearly so that their nurturing can be done. So there are two reports for decoding and there are two advanced reports for nurturing. And if you want to deal with the nurturing reports, the mentor certification is needed. It is very simple. You just give a feedback of those reports that you took it and interpret it with the help of your mentor. You need to just give a feedback of it. So this is again an annual certification happens. So 1 year for the completion of first time certification, and every year you go through the renewal process and get your certification done, and that is very very important, and it is mandatory in MiDNA. So these are the five faculty members for you who will continue to guide you, mentor you, train you, clarify your doubts, and till the rest of your journey in MiDNA as a trainee or as an expert or the Nestian, all this five will be your contact points for your further journey in MiDNA. And I'm very proud to have very committed, very involved, and very competent, experienced, faculty for you. So this is just a timetable of how this Sparklight program, the first level program, will be 5 days, 2 hours a day between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. online, and we will share you the recording of the program also, so that if there was any disturbance or inconvenience in hearing the sessions and lessons clearly, you can go through the recording and still you can understand or pick up those points that are to be learned on a regular basis. We also tell you, I have mentioned here as pay for one and get one free, which means one session, one training, one batch, you pay for it. Next time you can re-attend for any reason. If you want to go through the session again, the next month, next batch, you can attend without any cost. That is what it means, right? And that is why it is given as you pay for one Sparklight, you get one free Sparklight program or a training free. That is something we are giving because everybody does not learn in one training. So it requires more time. So and some of you are not be very comfortable in online training. So you can come back to another batch and learn it. So you are getting two batches of learning when you pay for one level or one batch of training. So I welcome all of you to this training program and discover yourself with MiDNA. Self-discovery can be done in many ways from many organizations are certifying people, but then the self-discovery with MiDNA is a truly a different experience that we can assure you to give. And once you have discovered yourself, now you can raise your level of competency and you can help others to discover themselves. There are so many um, companies or certifying bodies may be there, but the experience of MiDNA, the way we give importance to the depth of the interpretation and the width of the interpretation, that is truly unique. And I can say we are different in giving you, the value for the money you would like. Many of you who are here would know a life coach certification at this cost. Okay, this is very, very reasonable. Cost is nowhere available with this level of personalized, in-depth understanding and 1 year training. You will spend 25,000 rupees for all that you will do. And because it is earning while learning. You have the potential to earn 1 lakh of rupees when you complete your self-discovery certificate or smart life coach certification with MiDNA. So with this benefit, I don't think anyone else in the planet is offering this kind of an opportunity. That is why I said world's first smart life coach certification. And this is some of the instructions meant for the training that is going to happen in the coming week on Monday, and that will be only for the paid members. That session will continue, and I once again thank all of you for having spared your time to have a glimpse of what genetic brain profiling can be uh, doing to our life, and the smart life certificate course, how it is going to help you to find peace within, to have the maximum level of satisfaction in your life, and thereby you you decode others report, you heal yourself. That's the bonus that you get when you get engaged with genetic brain profiling interpretation. So I once again thank all of you for attending this session, and we will end the session at this point of time. The session is open for queries. You can ask any question if you have. If anyone has a doubt, please raise your hand. I'll take it. Yeah, 1 second. I'll go. The fees means the training charges are, as I said in the during the conversation, each level will cost you 5,000 rupees as the training fees. There are 4 levels: Sparklight, Spark, and Sparklight and Spark, Ignite, and Rewire. These are the 4 levels that you will go through for your Smart Life Coach certification as a trainee. Each course is each level is 5,000, so 20,000 will be your investment in this certification. You need to buy a scanner, and that will cost you around 5,000 rupees. It will cost you. So totally, I said it will be 25,000. Yeah. And as I said, you will do 50 scans, and we will give you, depending upon the level, we will give you discounts. Like you complete the first level, you get 20% discount. You complete the second level, you get 40% discount. Then you get 50% discount. Then you get 60% discount. Okay, so it will, the more and more you are able to handle the interpretation, I think you will complete your certification levels, and you get complete the level, you get a further benefit. In my opinion, roughly around 1 lakh rupee you will earn when you complete your Smart Life Coach certification. If you take away 25,000 for the investment that you have made, I think 75,000 should be roughly an amount that you will be able to make out of it. So it is something you learn also and you earn also. Subsequently, how much potential this course and this training and this engagement as a Smart Life Coach can earn will depend upon 3 things. One is your availability. That means how much time you can keep it as something that um, you can make it available for this task. The B is how much of business attitude you are having. Okay, that will determine availability, then your business attitude, then the C is the competency. All 3 of them are interlinked, and they will reflect upon how much you can. Just to give an example, the best performer in MiDNA is able to do 500 scans in an year. Okay, and that is at a discount of 80% discount. So you can calculate how much money he would make or one would make when they do 500 scans. So, but then that person is full time doing it. So it depends on how much your time availability, how much ideas you are having to build a team and do that task well, and obviously your competency also will matter. So yeah, that's how it is. How much time it will take to do one scan? Yeah. It should, to do a scan, it will take 5 minutes. Okay. Then there is a reporting process is there, and there is an interpretation is there. So 5 minutes for scanning and 20 minutes for processing. That means report will be available. But the longest time that will take is for the interpretation. That will depend upon how much you are experienced, what is your style of communication. And in my understanding, minimum 1 hour counseling, maximum 3 hour. An average of 2 hour per report will be something we call it as reasonable counseling or interpretation time. So you can say within 2.5 hours, you can complete the whole process. Should you be trained and certified as a smart life coach? Till you are certified as a smart life coach, again there will be a mentor, and it will depend upon how much time your client and mentor is able to synchronize and do it. So that is not we are talking. But if you are able to do interpretation on your own, it should take 2.5 hours roughly to service one client. If it is additional client in the same family, you can add 1 more hour to each client. Yeah, it will be like that. Yes, because we are giving 80% of the discount, uh, and we keep only 20% once you have got certified as a smart life coach. Uh, for completing the training, 50 people are only needed. You will be very easily able to do it in your family, in your relations, the relations family, and the uh, friends of relatives, your friends. That itself is a 50 number. If you think you don't have 50 people who will invest their money in this learning, such an wonderful experience, like how you have invested money to come and do your interpretation, like that you should be able to convince your known people first. That is, training certification will be over. By the time you will develop a confidence to talk to people. And as I continued to say, when somebody is doing 50 scans in 1 month, you talk to them how they are able to do 50 scans. Obviously, either you should do maximum time this work, or you should have a network of people who will feed you with the clients and you do the interpretation. Should they be physically present? Just 1 second, I'll see your, yeah, present next with me along with the scan device to do the scan. Initially, yes, but later on we are doing scans even in when the client is in US or Australia or anywhere in the world, we are able to do it. The scanner must be with the client. Then you install the software in the client's system, and you can take the scan online. Okay, we call flying scanners. So that is possible. The client need not be there for scanning, neither for counseling. So we are able to serve. That is why I said MiDNA global. Global, anywhere in the globe, MiDNA services can reach. And that is also a reason behind why we named it as MiDNA global and not just MiDNA. Yeah. Yeah, I think, yeah, 1 second. You have so many questions, I will talk to you personally. Can I advertise or use social media? Yes, Aurora Academy. That's the That is the only way, because nowadays you can't put an advertisement in the newspaper and radio, which is very costly. So you write for articles, uh, put small videos, testimonials. I believe if you are able to get a testimonial for your client, that testimonial will generate few more clients. So your work should be talked by somebody, and if they cannot directly talk, you should take their feedback and the testimonial and use that for doing it. Okay. Ultimately, what will determine your survival with MiDNA's life coaching as a professional work will be how much time you are available. Everything will not be serviced by Zomato and Jeptos. This is something you may have to get out of your comfort zone. You have to talk. That is why there is money in it. If it is coming, everything we are providing, then we will keep 80% and give you 20%. We don't want to underestimate your potential to earn your money, and we are just charging for the report, and you should keep 80% of it. Find out in which kind of professional network of franchising or distributor network you are given 80% of the revenue. You find out one, I'll give you 81%. So that's the kind of is there anybody else? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know if you are. See, you can say astrology is without data. Genetic brain profiling is maybe personality and their brain designs are understood, but here we are quantitatively showing an evidence to it. So you can say this is a written script we are giving. We are giving a proof of that statement that we are making. But astrology, I think you don't have a proof. It's only a they connect with you and they make you believe what they are saying is true. So that is more belief system. This is more scientifically backed data is available. If you wish, you can say both of them are same, but I don't agree with that, because astrology is a belief based system and genetic brain profiling is a reasoning based, evidence based, data backed you know uh, uh, information or interpretation. Yes, Mr. Hari, any other question? I would say astrology, psychology, if you take both human brain understanding or information about a human brain, I would say psychology, this genetic brain profiling goes more with psychology. But even in psychology, the psychometric tests are some guesswork done, some better information given, but nothing will come closer to genetic brain profiling data. That is why I would like to call authentic discovery or authentic information about somebody, only genetic brain profiling can give, not anybody else or not anyone else. Any other questions? Otherwise, we can wind up the session. No, decoding is one day job, one time job, and maybe when they have any difficulties, they might call you on phone and some reviews are done. So that is one time. But if you are going to help the child in or the person in improving their life experience, then it is definitely a long journey, and it may be few months, it can be 1 year, it can be lifetime, because we are calling it as life coaching. So maybe rest of your life or rest of the life of the client. That is life coaching. Okay. So yes, one is decoding, one time scan and report interpretation and direction providing. Your nurturing is same report, but there are some difficulties to be addressed. Every age there will be some challenge coming in. Academic challenges, then the career challenges, then the relationship challenges. Then you want to do some business, the challenges there, and then throughout your life, wellness is very important. So there are different dimensions of life that is there, and that's a journey which is long term. But I guess if you handhold them for a few months or 1 year, then they may require once in a year, once in 6 months, or when there is a difficulty, then they may come to you. That will depend upon the design. And if you look at the MHI, the Mind Harmony Index that is given in the genetic brain report, that will tell you how long they will require a support. Lower the index, longer the support or intense will be the support that will be required for the to the client. Yeah. Yes, Mr. Hari, anything else you want to ask? Right. Okay then. Thank you everyone for sparing your time. Take care. Bye bye.